Been a bad bitch, Kakiana, and I'm still winning Pakiana.
Hey y'all, this is Kyla and thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. Today we're going to have a discussion about something that has been near and dear to my heart as of lately. It's been on my mind heavy, and that is cancel culture. Cancel culture is basically when somebody says or does something that's problematic and the masses on social media decide that this person is canceled indefinitely. An example of cancel culture would be if a celebrity had tweeted something that was racist, offensive, homophobic back in 2003. The social media detectives will go onto that person's page, pull up that tweet, and blast it all over social media. Everybody sees it, says, "How could you do something like that? You are fucking canceled." Something that I love about the idea of cancel culture, right, is that it gives young people the opportunity to use their voice and acknowledge when somebody does something that's fucked up. And it gives young people the opportunity to maybe explain why they feel like something is fucked up. And it also gives them the opportunity to hold that person accountable. Accountability is something that is very crucial in life as humans, because we're all going to find ourselves doing something that's offensive, saying something that's offensive, doing something that's problematic. And if we don't have people around us to hold us accountable to those things, then we're just going to continue to operate in that sort of dysfunction. I feel like the idea of cancel culture is holding somebody accountable to something that they said. Saying, listen, you did this, you said this, and it was wrong. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing. I feel like we need people like that in our lives, and especially for these celebrities, because a lot of times in the past with celebrities, they would just say or do whatever and they would just get away with it because they're celebrities. Nowadays, these young kids ain't having it. They ain't having it. They're gonna call you out on your bullshit, and they're gonna tell you about yourself, and they're gonna cancel you at the same time. The part that I don't agree with is not allowing that person to grow from that. Not allowing that person to learn from that mistake. Not allowing that person essentially to be human. And I know that this becomes a touchy subject because a lot of times when people are canceled, the pain behind the person who is doing the canceling is very real. Like, how could you say that shit about people like me? Because I feel offended, because I feel like you were talking to me, because you could have changed out whatever that person said and put yourself there in that tweet or in that whatever, and it would feel like they're talking directly to you, and that experience can be very painful. Something that we need to understand is that as humans, we're all going to do offensive and say offensive shit. There are ways in which we are all privileged, and there are ways in which we are all oppressed. And some are more than others, you know, but at the same time, we're not perfect. So being aware of the things that you say, the things that you do, you're gonna slip up sometime. Of course, there's that argument of, oh, well, what if that person did slip up? What if they purposely said something like that? That is different. Okay, don't cancel them. Like, it's different somebody saying something and then you guys holding them accountable to that, and then them saying like, oh, well, that's what I said. Like, okay, yeah, cancel the fuck out of them because they don't care. But those people who are trying to rectify their mistakes, who are trying to right their wrongs, who are trying to turn that shit around, I feel like we should give them the opportunity to do that and not be so quick to cancel them. Just need to be cognizant and aware of who we're canceling and why. And now, of course, what I'm saying isn't just a one-size-fits-all. A lot of times canceling can be situational. Before we're so quick to cancel somebody, we need to take a look at all the different pieces of that situation, of that individual, and decide, I guess, for ourselves whether or not they really deserve to be canceled. I want to give you guys an example of something that I recently saw, and this is like on the smaller side, I guess, of canceling somebody. Do y'all know who Sin Santana is? So Sin Santana is Joe Budden's fiance, and she's also a Love and Hip Hop reality TV star. A few months ago, or a couple months ago, or maybe it was a month ago, a video had came up of her basically saying that black men love Latino women, and she was basically insinuating that they didn't like black women. And then she had did like a whole, like, I don't know, like mocking black women's attitude at the end of the clip. Originally when that video came out, Sin was like, that's not what I meant, da da da. And then she came out later and she apologized for offending people, and she realized why that was wrong. Now, you know, everybody done canceled the shit out of Sin, and I feel bad because, like, she really is canceled. And I'm gonna show y'all examples. So the Shade Room posted this picture of Sin, like within, I think today or yesterday, and it was this picture right here. I low-key just want to show the picture to show y'all my autofocus because I feel so popping with it. When I saw that picture, I was like, oh, like, she looks cute. And then, of course, like, I went to the comments, and let me read some of the top comments. She's canceled. Stop pushing her on us. She's canceled. How many times we have to say that? Stop trying to make Sin happen. She's problematic in the colorist conversation. Talk about black women once and you're canceled. Cancel, 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 cancel. I don't speak for all black women, but as a black woman, personally, when I read about what she said, when I heard the video, I was offended because I was just like, okay, like, I feel like I wasn't offended until the last part of the video when she did like the whole, when it sounded, it was evident that she was mocking her depiction of black women at the time, or whatever she was doing. So I just want to do a quick voiceover for this particular section because after rewatching the video, I saw that I was unclear, and I just wanted to make sure that I was getting my point across accurately. So what I was going to say is that it always surprises me when we are all aware that we live in a society that depicts black people a certain type of way, that depicts black women in a certain type of way through every area of our lives. We're aware of these systems and structures that are in place, and we're aware that we're all impacted by those same systems and structures in different ways. And it surprises me when we have individuals who, like Sin, may repeat something that is a complete reflection of what we've been taught by society, and we act surprised by it. Yes, we need to hold people accountable. Yes, people should be aware of the different social issues and the different problematic things that go on in today's world, but sometimes people just aren't aware. And then there are other times where people are aware of different social issues, but they're not self-reflective. So they're not aware of the own biases that they hold themselves. And so at that moment, it's our responsibility to hold each other accountable and to call each other out when we do display the different biases that we obviously have on the inside that come out unconsciously. And I feel like this can be learning moments and moments to have these discussions, because what Sin said is something that a lot of people probably think, or a lot of people probably say, and some people probably think and say those things without even realizing. So this could have been something that brought out that conversation and further that conversation, but instead we canceled her. And I feel like we can't continue to cancel people in situations like this without giving them the opportunity to grow. Now, if Sin has said something like this like a few years ago, then she said this shit again, it's like, okay, like that's a whole different conversation. Like, hold the fuck up. You playing with us now, but it wasn't that case here. And so that's just my personal opinion. I just was able to show her empathy and forgiveness. Moving forward, I just hope that cancel culture takes a look at what they're doing and does it differently. I hope that they show more compassion to people as human beings and hold those people accountable. I'm not saying to not hold those people accountable. Continue to hold people accountable, but also give people the opportunity to grow and give people the opportunity to learn from those mistakes that they made. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed. So please leave all your comments down below. I'm really interested in hearing everybody's different opinion on this topic. Subscribe to my channel because I definitely need some subscribers, and I hope that you guys have a beautiful, fabulous day. Thanks again for watching. Bye, y'all.